All right, we're going to talk about some of those weird, nagging little symptoms that our bodies throw at us. You know, things we usually just ignore or brush off. But what if they're all connected? What if they're all pointing to one single overlooked culprit? Let's get into it.
Ever get that random eye twitch? You know what I'm talking about, right? That annoying little flicker that shows up out of nowhere and just drives you nuts for a while. Sound familiar?
Or how about this one? Being jolted awake in the middle of the night by a crazy, painful leg cramp. Woof. It's so easy to just chalk that up to, a long day or something, but what if it's your body trying to tell you something?
Well, guess what? Both of those things could be your body waving a little flag, signaling that it's running low on a mineral that is absolutely crucial but honestly often forgotten: magnesium. It really is one of the unsung heroes of our entire system.
So just how big of a deal is it? Get this. Magnesium is a key player in over 300 different enzyme reactions in your body. We're talking about thousands of biochemical processes that are happening inside you right now. From creating energy to repairing your DNA, it's basically a master key for your body. And this quote right here just nails it. Think of it like this. Calcium is the gas pedal for your muscles. It tells them to contract, to tighten up. But magnesium, that's the brake. It's the signal to relax. If you don't have enough magnesium, it's like you're all gas, no brakes.
Okay, so how can you actually tell if you might be running low on this stuff? Well, your body's pretty good at sending signals. Let's walk through the 7 most common warning signs and see if any of these ring a bell for you. First up, we've got those muscle cramps and twitches we started with. The science behind it is pretty cool, actually. Magnesium acts like a bouncer at the door of your muscle cells, controlling how much calcium gets inside. When magnesium levels are low, the bouncer's off duty, and too much calcium can just flood in, overexciting the nerves and, boom, involuntary cramps and spasms.
Number 2, just feeling tired all the time. A deep, persistent fatigue you just can't shake. Here's why. Your body's main energy molecule is called ATP, but it's basically useless until a magnesium ion attaches to it. So, no magnesium, no usable energy. It's that simple. No wonder you'd feel completely wiped out.
Coming in at number 3, and this one is huge for your mental state: anxiety and insomnia. Magnesium is vital for helping out a neurotransmitter in your brain called GABA, which is basically your brain's natural chill-out signal. Without enough magnesium, your nervous system can get stuck in overdrive, making it really hard to wind down, relax, and get good sleep.
Now, sign number 4 is one you really want to pay attention to: irregular heart rhythms or palpitations. Your heart is a muscle, right? And just like every other muscle, it needs a perfect, delicate balance of magnesium, calcium, and potassium to keep a steady beat. A deficiency can throw that whole electrical system out of whack.
Number 5 on our list, headaches and migraines. Yeah, the research shows a really strong link here. Magnesium helps calm down your nerve signals and allows the blood vessels in your brain to relax. When you don't have enough, your nerves can get a little trigger happy, and blood vessels can tighten up, creating the perfect storm for head pain.
All right, number 6 is that weird pins and needles feeling, that tingling or numbness you might get in your hands, feet, or face. This is, once again, all about your nervous system. For your nerves to send messages correctly and efficiently, they need plenty of magnesium. Without it, the signals get jumbled, leading to those strange sensations.
And finally, number 7, nausea or a loss of appetite. Now, these are often some of the very first signs to show up, but because they're so general, they get dismissed all the time. The real danger here is that it can create a vicious cycle. You feel sick, so you eat less, which just makes the deficiency even worse.
So you're probably thinking, okay, if this stuff is so important, why are so many of us running on empty? Well, it turns out our modern world has kind of stacked the deck against us. Let's get into why.
And I mean, just look at the scale of this thing. It's wild. Some reports show that about half of Americans don't even get the minimum recommended amount of magnesium in their diet. That is a staggering number. This isn't just a few people, it's a huge systemic problem.
So what's causing it? Well, it's really a triple threat. First, our soil just isn't what it used to be. Intensive farming has stripped a lot of the natural magnesium right out of the ground. Second, processed foods. When you take a healthy whole grain and refine it into white flour, you can lose up to 85% of its magnesium, just gone. And third, our own lifestyles. Chronic stress, alcohol, caffeine, they act like magnesium thieves, actively flushing it right out of your system.
Okay, I know that all sounds a little bleak, but here is the good news. This is totally fixable, and the number 1 most important rule is to start with food. That's always the best place to begin. So where do you find it? You want to think about fiber-rich plant foods.
dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts and seeds, especially pumpkin seeds and almonds, beans and whole grains are all fantastic. And good news, high-quality dark chocolate is on the list.
And to get really specific, just look at these powerhouses. A single ounce of pumpkin seeds, that's a small handful, gives you a whopping 156 milligrams. For many people, that's nearly half of what you need for the entire day. Seriously, adding a few of these foods into your daily routine can make a massive difference.
Now, for some of us, diet alone might not be enough, especially if you're already pretty deficient. And that's where supplements can be an absolute game changer. But, and this is a big but, walking down that supplement aisle is confusing. Not all magnesium is created equal.
This chart is absolutely key, so let's break it down. For sleep and stress, magnesium glycinate is your best friend. It's super gentle and has a great calming effect. For general, all-around health, citrate is a solid, well-absorbed choice. If you're dealing with fatigue and muscle soreness, malate is the one for you. Now, L-threonate is really unique. It's the one that's best for brain health because it can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. And finally, oxide. It's not great for raising your overall levels, but it's very effective for constipation.
And one final, crucial piece of advice on supplements. Look for a third-party testing seal, like one from USP or NSF. This doesn't mean the product is a miracle cure, but it does verify that an independent lab has checked it and confirmed that what's on the label is actually what's in the bottle. It's a really important step for quality and safety.
So, from a simple eye twitch to that deep-down fatigue, those little signals might be so much more than just random annoyances. They could be direct messages from your body. The real question is, now that you know the language, are you listening?